Getting locked down, do a lot of DPS. That could be game deciding. T1, they're going to take the risk.
I mean, they are going to go for it. They open up on a Xin Zhao, who is going to press his ultimate ability. As now, helicopter coming out. BDD is flung into the air as the package does isolate one member. As Depth will flash over the wall, though he gets away. And now trying to save Faker's life. We do have an ult on top of Pyoshik, who doesn't have his anymore. And we're at a standstill once again. And I think this will favor KT with all the low health bars here on the side of T1 to make sure he doesn't go down to Deft.
Don't want to die here. Give over a kill to the Kalista, who hasn't been able to build that big of a lead. Some blades, as well as a small CS lead over her farming counterpart is Poppy.
Oh, not going to hit Pyoshik, though. It will come down to a smite fight. Who's going to get it? It will go the way of, well, Kalista, who's got her own smite in a way as the knockup does come in. And look at that combo as immediately Deft is going to go down. The BDD is in a lot of trouble here as well. The Renata ult was pretty good, but I think now that Faker shows up, they are just down a member and down any sort of damage. The bailout comes in on a Pyoshik, but way too late.
And then look at the optimization as well on the other end. There's double Hex Drinker available. There's a lot of early MR, meaning that Pyoshik and Deft are at a lot of risk.
Dive into Udyr here. That's pretty bold out of the side of T1, although with the Senna ult on top and no flash or ghost for perfect.
I don't think they have enough time, Valdez.
Yeah. They might still send it. I mean, they have a lot of Kalista sticks in this Baron, but no, they're just going to back off here. They get the TP out of Zeus, and T1 say, thank you for the leash. We're just going to continue this objective. As Owner holds on to the helicopter. He's not going to use it just yet. Perfect trying to get that flank as Faker goes over the top, and it's just going to flash away from everybody, as meanwhile, Pyoshik's just isolated on the backside of this fight. They do get Faker, but the damage is already done here as Keria gets a massive three-man knockup with his ultimate, and that just might be the nail in the coffin. KT are being wiped up here with a triple kill from Zeus, as Perfect might be the only one to get away.
Collapse of T1. This one is pretty, it's pretty over, Valdez. We'll see if they can kill Zeus. There are no TPs.
I think they can. 5v1.
Can they?
I think Zeus is in a lot of trouble here, right? That's an insane amount of damage going into Deft as he got that Q3 down, but it's 1,000 gold into the hands of Deft.
Guma has his summoners available. TP coming in.
Karia's like, yeah, I don't really care about the karma in this case. Ult is going to be utilized on the Perfect, and Zeus is just so huge, and he will take him out. Gets that slow below the 50% mark, and yeah, this inhibitor will go down. Doesn't look like Faker's got a package at this point. This is over Ocean Soul, so let's see how this does work out for them. As Perfect's doing a good job of trying to get in there, but now he's getting out of there. Oh, God. As a massive package comes in, and Deft is just dead immediately. The poor guy has no chance in this game, as Pyoshik is going to go down as well. That's 3 of them out of this one. We got TPs.
이거 그냥 바로 거의 생각하자. 생각할게. 아래가 크게 돌았고 나. 이거 우디에 날릴게. 사보자. 오케이. 갈거라. 칼 터졌다.
나도 그랬어?
많이 좋고. 오케이, 탑으로 갈게. 나이스요.
He's all over the map. As Zeus will be looking for the kills, while Faker is looking for the kill on the Nexus. TP coming down here from Perfect into the base. And he will try to defend as Owner's just running through the turrets. And yeah, this one is a done deal. Has been for a while, guys, as Faker nearly goes down, but he's just fine in the end. C1 are playing with their food just a bit here. Guma trying to get those max stacks. He's going to end the game at 133 in this one on the Senna, which was given over to him. As I say that, he's getting more and more. 136 as the Nexus will go down, and T1 will take game number 1. Look at this. Faker against BDD and against Deft. These 3 guys have all played 100 games against each other at the same time, in the same game. Meteor Smolder start, which is the non-Doran's Ring, and Q start, as BDD is in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's just dead. Okay, that was quick.
And he just gets back to clearing his chart. That's optimal pathing.
Oh boy, Deft in a bit of trouble here as Keria sets it up, and already we have KT in trouble. Deft will survive, which is very good for his sake.
Ooh, might actually end up working out there, because Deft not dying is quite big. because a Yeastil or a Barrel Runner still has a sums available, whereas the same can't be said for Guma and Keria. Yoshik trying to fight Owner here. I don't know about that one.
Owner doesn't have Smite, but certainly Owner is in a much better spot health-wise versus Pioshik. Although Barrel is trying his best to try to zone him away as Pioshik has to flash, but now the hook comes in and Guma's over the wall. Deft is in some trouble as one auto will get it done. Pioshik is super low as well. Oh God, I wanted this game to be more competitive. Not like this. 3 kills into the hands of T1 in the bottom lane in 3 minutes into the game. Which is Q first, not going W to help out in the lane, not going Doran's ring. And he gets away with it with flying colors. Now, Keria might not get away from this one as he will have to sacrifice himself to try to keep Guma alive, which he will do.
Actually, utilize the counter matchup is quite cool. Pioshik, you're a level down, but Barrel is there.
He's got Barrel this time, and you know what? Owner's in a lot of trouble as he does have his flash, uses his ult on top of that. He's going to queue over the wall, and he holds on to his flash. Doesn't even have to use it, as BDD will have to divide away from Keria, who's being very annoying there.
Be enough to start equalizing this goal score.
Oh boy. Well, we got Deft in a lot of trouble. He's going to run forwards because he can't run any other way.
Well, there was
Faker's going to pick up that kill.
That's really what we're looking towards.
Generally, the team with Smolder is trying to hold on and not lose the Chemtech Soul or the Soul at all.
I need some leeway.
Uh-oh, we got Perfect in a lot of trouble here. He's being CC'd to death, and he will get his hop off and immediately get ulted in the face. Doesn't even bother flashing. But yeah, KT is going to set up for this objective. We do see that T1 are hanging around. Barrel is very much behind enemy lines.
They don't know.
They do not know about this, but now they're going all in onto Owner, gets knocked over the wall, but his ult back over, still goes down though. Very nice snipe here from Deft, but BDD's in an awful spot in the front line and was in a lot of trouble. Perfect in the mini-gnar as a 3-man knockup comes in from Keria as he knocks Deft straight into the danger zone. At the same time, Keria really shoring up the end point of that fight. And now KT is just on the run away from this tiny little dragon that is getting very fed. Already 163 stacks now as Keria is looking for a bit more. Not going to hit the knock-up at the end of this fight, but still a winning fight for T1 as Faker will take a mid-tier 1 potentially.
For BDD, for Pioshik, and for Perfect, this might be as good as things get. Need to all or nothing here. TP coming in, they know. Want to try and contest this time? Mega Gnar bar actually not looking too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty well timed, but look at the damage that's coming out already on a Pioshik. He just gets caught out in the front line as Bob will be called down on top of Deft, but we do have Owner in a lot of trouble. They do isolate him and essentially see him to death. He was not able to flash out of that one.
Looks like T1 decide the better of it. Although, I'm not sure. No, TP getting, or back rather getting cancelled. Owner's on his way back.
Now let's see how this one goes.
Cone.
Will they even try to steal it away? There's a kind of half-hearted Q from Zeus, but yeah, now they're just gonna run towards the Baron and threaten it at least. They have Owner up.
But can they move in? The Vision Cone gonna let them know.
They're gonna move in together as a team. Look at Keria's position. He's gonna be spotted. He gets onto that backline. Deft is in a lot of trouble. They dive very deep for him as Mob will help out, but they don't take out Deft just yet. But it is going to be him eventually going down. BDD does have some nice damage in that backline, but now he's all alone here. Zeus getting pretty low, but BDD will eventually get executed as Smolder. Guma will pick up the triple, as Perfect is the only one left alive. There is one champ that really does love the Chemtech Soul on the side of T1, and it is that man in the top lane here. As T1 trying to go for the mid turret. They do not have the Baron buff at this point in time, but they don't seem to need it, as they're just going to utilize the Chemtech Soul and the power in their wallets to eventually take this one down. They also have 6 Void buffs, which is actually helping take down the objectives, the structures here, as Barrel is in some trouble. But the damage coming out from Perfect is actually pretty nice, as now we get a big knockup. Immediately Barrel is taken back into that back line as Smolder's just doing way too much here as Mob will be called down. BDD, though, still alive, looking for his angle. He tries to go for it immediately, just gets bursted down 100-0. As that looks to be the end of the game. BDD tried so hard to find that 1-0 moment like he normally does, but it doesn't look like he was able to do it this time around. Guma just collecting kills. Owner gonna steal that one away. But it looks like T1 has done it, guys. 2-0 on the night as they will take down the Nexus turrets and the Nexus in a couple of very one-sided games against their Telecom opponents.
빨리 와, 빨리 와. 그렇게 나가죠.
나강 나와.
나가죠.
나 좋아.
아지르 노플이야. 아지르 노플.
그렇대.
바울스는 프리타.
펜타킬 각 나오는데?
강 나와.
네, 좋아. 펜타 프리타. 일단 뒤로 쫄게 그러면.
바로 스킬 본다. 와줘. 스몰리 오라고.
아니 자. 스킬이 없어 나 지금.
스몰도 킬 먹으라고 와서.
아, 펜타 먹을 마음이 없는데?
아니, 먹으라니까, 먹어.
아니 그러니까
펜타 먹을 마음이 없다 이거.
먹지 마라, 너는 그냥.
인정.
엄마. 안 나오겠네.
생겼어. 뭐야?
나이스.
나이스.
이제
Food here at the end. 2-0 in this series.